Welcome back, everybody, to another installment of the JayElle Journey. I'm Jay.
And I'm Elle.
And we are going to have another tantalizing conversation today. Is tantalizing a word or is it tantalizing?
No, it's tantalizing.
Oh, I went to public school.
But you also have your MBA, so I don't know. How does it work? How does it work,
Jesus? Tantalizing discussion, yes. But before we start getting into the zhuzh, you know how we do every week, let's check in with each other. So how you doing this week? How was your past week? What was going on?
Well, I'm alive.
Yes.
We had a rough week last week. I went to the emergency room and was admitted immediately to have my gallbladder removed. Baby was in New Orleans, trying to work a phone tree, trying to survive the family and the friends. And so this week has been recovery. I'm doing really, really good. I'm hoping to go back to work. So yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm blessed.
I'm blessed that you are alive, happy, and healthy. That
Absolutely.
was an emotional situation for me, as I couldn't be there, and I know you're being taken care of, but me not being there is still, while it's not about me, just wanting to be able to show support. But I tell everybody I'm happy that it happened while you was in LA, because had it happened in New Orleans, I would have hated to call your parents and tell them that you was admitted in the hospital.
Right.
It was like, what are you doing to my daughter?
Oh, not my parents, just one person.
Yeah. So because it had to happen, it happened in LA. Lauren had symptoms before while she was even in New Orleans, and we couldn't figure out what it was. And so now we know what it is, and now she's happy and healthy, and now we're going to even dial in more to this health journey.
Absolutely.
Yep, myself included. So
how are you doing this week, baby? I know that was a lot.
Yeah.
But you survived too.
Yeah, just those days when you were in the hospital and then understanding what the diagnosis was, and being Black and dealing with the healthcare system and people not taking, especially the pain of Black women, seriously. Yeah. And also going under for a surgery, you got to come back out. And I'm always like, what's the other alternative so that she don't have to go into surgery? But apparently what you got done was a fairly routine thing. But I'm just like, I said, Mom, call me as soon as she is out. And she was like, she's in recovery. She made it. I talked to her. I'm like, okay, great. Whew. Load off on my shoulders. But other than that, real estate is kicking. All right. But this week we have another, what did I say? Tantalizing topic. Elle is going to lead this week. So Elle, what are we talking about this week, baby?
Well, after all that we've been through last week, this week coming up is my birthday week. And so I wanted to talk about gifts. And we're talking about birthday gifts, Valentine's, Christmas, and relationships, and what that looks like, right? I know your face is scrunched up because you are like,
I had a bad experience.
I know always with the bad experience. But this is a good experience. It's a positive experience with me. So everything is different, period. Yes. So one of the things I want to talk about is, the value of gifts and how that reflects the relationship. And I know in your bad experiences that you get a little bit of anxiety when it comes to buying gifts for Valentine's Day, for birthdays,
a lot of it.
or whatever.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, a lot.
Let's call it what it is. It drives me crazy.
Right. So I want to lean into that today and talk to you about it in front of everyone, because this is the thing. I like a good gift, and I'm also a good gift giver. right? So,
Mhm.
what I give, I want to receive, and we've had these conversations. So I want to lean into why, you get so anxious, and especially with me, someone that is so like, you know,
Low key
bring me,
about it.
bring me a taco
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have it wrapped, have it wrapped with a purple ribbon, and boom,
yeah.
it's done.
So the bad experience. Okay, so the anxiety comes from a few things. Let's use Valentine's Day as an example. Okay.
Okay.
I know Valentine's Day is important to a lot of women. It is important to Elle. It is important to, or it was important to the individuals that contributed to my bad experience. Okay. I, as a man, but not every man, okay, I'm not putting all of us in a box, is not as important to me. But what's important is to make Elle happy. Okay. Elle wants rainbows and unicorns. It's my job to give rainbows and unicorns. Okay. And it's it's almost like I feel like it's a test about, oh, let's see what he does. Or, let's see how big it is. And in my head, I'm thinking it's some grand romantic gesture. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be that. Like I gotta deliver 12 dozen roses, you know what I'm saying, to her job and have a singing telegram and give her some keys to a car. Like,
Not a singing telegram.
the way my bank account is set up, like, like, and so part of it is how big does it need to be? Part of it is not wanting to give a bad gift.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Part of it is budgetary. Okay. It's like, and part of it is, ooh, I'm having a testimony. Part of it is knowing that you deserve more, but may not be able to give you more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think from my perspective, as I'm talking through this, and I haven't talked through it at this level of detail, but I'm just going to explain what I'm feeling. Part of it, I think, is because I can't give you, or because I feel like I can't give you what you deserve, I don't do anything.
Right. Wrong way to go. I'm just going to tell you, like 100. Because, and the other part of the conversations that I've had, and this is where I feel like you need to listen to me when I'm talking in general terms. Like, there are things that you can do that would make me so happy that do not require a flight to the Maldives, right? Like,
Mhm.
that's not what I'm asking. I think that you get in your own head and you get in your own way. Because I am a little simple. even though I want rainbows and all the things, right? When it comes to you, I give you all the grace because I do know that, your anxiety is sky high. But it's like when you do them, you do a good job.
Thank
It's
you.
just, yeah, it's just like stop worrying about like trying to make it big and amazing and out of the budget and all that. Like I also don't need all that either, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You have, I will say, you've definitely made any the holidays that we have had with each other since we've been together, you have lessened my anxiety about all of it when it comes to gifts. So thank you for helping me with that, and thank you for like saying that I even given our circumstances, I'm still giving good gifts because it's only gonna go up from here. So
I'm waiting for my tickets. Don't worry. I said I don't need it, but
right, right. It's only gonna go up from here, but it is. Thank you for listening to me and knowing how big, like it's like, oh my God, I gotta get it right. I gotta get it right. I don't want to ruin her Valentine's Day. I don't want to ruin Christmas. I don't want to ruin her birthday. But you've been very like, and I know that I won't say it's simple, but you like small things as well. We've talked about this before. My baby loves something for the house. You know, she loves candles. You know what I'm saying?
all
So
all the candles.
yeah. So you're right. Listening to you you know, throughout the year is what every man should be doing. So when these times do come, you realize, okay, here's what I can do that I'm okay to do, and she should still be happy, you know?
Yeah, and as an event planner, it's hard for me to sit back and even let you do something, right? So it's hard because I want to plan everything from, beginning to end. And here, you just stand there, honey.
Yep. Yep.
So it's,
I told Elle, I'm like, you make it hard to surprise you.
yeah.
She was like, oh. I'm like, come on.
It's
Like,
difficult because I got all the plans right here in my head.
yes, yes. So
Okay.
um
So what happens when you do give a gift that somebody doesn't like? What should you do? Because you've done it. You said you've done it in the past,
yeah.
and clearly that didn't work out well. You could share that story, but what do you do if somebody doesn't give you something? And I know that a gift is a gift, right? It's something that somebody is doing from the bottom of their heart, and it's supposed to be, them being thoughtful of you. So the disrespect of it all to be like, you don't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious as to if there was something that you got me that I was just like, okay, baby, have you ever seen me wear
Right.
bell-bottom pants on a Tuesday? Like,
Right.
no. But you know what I mean? Like, what do you do? What if
So
I gave you, or the same, like I gave you something, you were like, what is this?
yeah. So I'll go both ways. For me receiving a gift that I don't like, I'm like, thank you for thinking about me. If somebody gives me a gift, it could be a handwritten note. Thank you for thinking about me. Because you didn't have to do that. Okay. And gifts is not really my love language. Okay. So I actually feel uncomfortable when people do give me gifts. Because I'm like, you don't have to do this. You spend money on me.
You say
Like,
that all the time.
like you spend money on me, and then I feel like it's reciprocal. Like it needs to be reciprocal. There was an episode, I used to watch The Big Bang Theory, and there was an episode of Sheldon. It was Christmas and they were exchanging gifts, and he was telling people not to buy him gifts. And then he had anxiety about it because part of what he feels gift giving is reciprocal. And I feel like that as well. So when somebody buys me something for Christmas as a Christmas gift and I didn't get them anything, it makes me feel worse because I'm like, I didn't get you shit. And then I'm like, does it look like I don't care about you because I didn't get you anything? Because that's not it. I don't get anybody gifts. So like my mom, like you and my mom, but I'm like somebody outside of that, if they give me a gift, I'm like, okay, now I got to order you something from Amazon that's going to come on the 28th of December.
But see, that's the thing though, a gift should be thoughtful. So if it should already be thought of, whether the person, I think you can give them a thank you note.
Yeah. Okay.
Like just because you didn't get them a gift, like, no, they weren't at the forefront of your mind. And that's okay. That's honest. That's realistic.
Yeah.
But a thank you note, like, girl, I wasn't even thinking about you, but thank you for this, coffee maker.
Yeah. And then if I give a gift that somebody doesn't like, my situation was I had so much anxiety about what to do. And it was Valentine's Day, and y'all can laugh at me. It's okay. I gave the girl a card and a Kit Kat. Because I'm in the store, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And almost to the point of,
she wasn't feeling that. Like, what happened?
hell no, she ain't feel that. But she was like, she was also like, I think to her it clicked that okay, this really bothers him.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that really bothers you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that it was so much anxiety that all the processing of it, all I thought was a card and a Kit Kat. And she was just like, what made you do this? Like this, like she was like, I appreciate it.
I keep laughing.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure everybody watching this is laughing. She was like, I appreciate you thinking about me and like doing something, but how did you come to this? And I'm like, look, I have no idea what to get you. I have no idea what to do. And I'm in there and I can't figure out anything. And I have to do something because Valentine's Day is tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, a card and a Kit Kat, and I gave it to her, and I'm just like, this is some fuck shit. I knew it was some fuck shit when I did it, but I'm like, I was so worked up and in my head about it that was what came out.
And this is where, like I was saying earlier, this is where I think you need to get out of your head. And you just need to let it flow. And stop thinking about, is it good or bad? Because now you've given her this Kit Kat, and it's like, yeah, no.
I didn't even put a bow around the bitch. Like, gave her the Kit Kat with the Kit Kat wrapper. I didn't even wrap the Kit Kat. I was just like, can it be the 15th of February already?
Okay, moving on. So when you first start dating, when is too soon? Not even necessarily too soon, but how extravagant do you go with the first gift? It's funny because I'll bring this up and I'll let you go. But when we first met, it was like we met and then your birthday was like 20 days later or something like that. And I had all these big plans in my mind of, hanging out and stuff. And we ended up just going to kick it at a local bar, and it was fun. And I brought you a bottle. It wasn't extravagant, but it was still a gift that we can enjoy together.
Right.
So how far do you go when you first start dating a person? How big or little do you go?
For me, I want to give you the world. I want to give everything that I can possibly give. On Christmas, I would have flown you to the Maldives if the bank account was set up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be.
Who you would have had a fight with? Christmas?
Oh yeah. I would have had to bring the rents with us.
Exactly.
Well, then we all going.
Right.
But I'm the dollar amount and the extravagant of the gift and the level of extravagancy of the gift, even if it's early in a relationship, I don't think it really matters, especially if that person really wants to do that. I think sometimes, and I said this on our last episode, that people don't want to feel like they're being taken advantage of, and it's also a culture out here. If you follow in the medias of social, it's also a culture out here where women are like, you can't mess with me unless you don't buy me stuff, and there is that societal pressure. Like what can a man, if you're not buying me nothing, then what is a man doing for me? So there are, I don't know that's the majority of women, but those are definitely the people that get promoted on the social media platforms, right? It's like, to mess with me, you got to buy me bags and shoes. So, but if you feel like you want to buy a woman some red bottoms, and y'all 3 months into it, then bro, do your thing. Shoot your shot. Like people want to call it simping or whatever. I'm like, man, that's your money, that's your relationship, it's how you want to operate. Do you. But how do you feel about extravagant gifts or giving, especially from a woman's perspective? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like cultural norms are like women, or the men are the gift givers, the women are always the receivers.
Yeah. And I'm a gift giver, and this. Like, I mean, I know sometimes the gifts I give are also helpful for me too, but that's not the point. But I think you have to, in my opinion, really be thoughtful of the person. So you talk about shoes and bags and things like that. Well, that's not my judge. So if you got me that, even though it's a high value gift, I'm going to be like, I mean, it's cool. But like you just said, because you know me, now you bring me some curtains
Right.
Bring me a new sofa. Like, I'm like a home goods kind of girl. Like, bring me something for the house. I want some smell goods. I want
Mhm.
a diffuser,
Mm.
like something like that. And I'm going to get excited. So I think that as a man, you really need to know your partner. So again, and this is what I say to you, this is why you need to get out of my head, because I didn't have to say that to you. And you already know that about me,
Mhm.
right? You already know that you don't need to give me shoes in a bag, or, I mean, you could give me some hooks. I love a good hook.
Yeah.
But jewelry and stuff like that, I'm more of a home. I love making our house a home type thing. I could be on Amazon, Wayfair all day long. Just,
Yeah.
I sometimes I have like 5 sofas in my cart. I'm never gonna buy them. I mean, I'm not gonna buy them, but I have them in my cart. So steal my phone and go through my cart. Like,
Yes. Yes.
it's
You know.
knowing your partner and what would mean something to them. That's why when I'm talking about like thinking about them all, throughout the year, like listening to them is really important, because when do you ever hear me shopping for shoes or
True.
a dress or something like that? You know what I mean? I'm always like, hey, I saw this thing on Amazon. It can really organize our spices.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's the kind of stuff I like, so.
And men also buy gifts for women out of ego, out of the own man's ego.
Mm,
That's real. It's like, look
mm,
what I did for my woman. And
mm,
I ain't gonna lie, like I got some of that in me, to be able to like, oh, so Lauren can wear some stuff and be like, who got you that? That's really nice. Well, my man got that for me. It's a man's ego to want to provide that sometimes. I remember watching something with Kevin on stage, and he bought his wife some red bottom boots one time. They were like very, very expensive, and she didn't really like them. And he was like, "What do you mean? What would you do?" And she was like, "When have you ever seen me wear something like this?" And
right.
yep. And when they leaned into it, they realized that he bought it for his own ego, because he was
Mm,
able to, he thought it was a good thing and wanted to splurge on his woman, but she was also like, this is not what I like. If you wanted to splurge, you should have got a sofa or something. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
So I 100% am someone that, and I do tell you, I'm like, honey, you know me, even right now, I want us to have a matching scent. I want us to have a unisex scent.
Mhm.
Don't steal the idea community. But I want us to have a unisex scent. So, those are kind of things that I've expressed to you that I want, or I want to do, I should say.
Mhm.
So I think it's really important to listen to your partner and understand what their needs are. I also think that you can do you. Like, if you want to buy the red bottoms, you want to do that too. That's cool. Like, do that, but also be considerate of like what they really want.
Right.
Like, if that's what you need for ego, because you want like there to be a billion boxes underneath the Christmas tree, I get it. Like, stack your boxes up, do all your things, but make sure you get that one little thing that
Right.
they
Right.
would love and appreciate.
Wait, but how do you feel about if you give a gift? I mean, but you're a good gift giver. I don't know if this ever happens to you. What do you feel about giving gifts and somebody doesn't really like it, or receiving a gift and you don't really like it? How do you handle it?
Well, if I receive a gift and I don't like it, you know me, I'm going to do exactly what you did. I think our personalities are so much alike. That's why we work so well. Like, I'm not going to tell you that this was a whack gift. Like,
Right.
that's just not my personality. I'm going to take it. I'm going to still be like, thank you, girl, like this, or thank you, baby, like this was amazing. Like, I'm not going to say this is amazing because I'm not going to lie. But I'm just going to say thank you. Like, thank you, babe. But if I don't get an amazing gift, I'm gonna work a little harder next time. It's like maybe circle things in magazines. I don't know. I have to figure something out, because I also feel like I don't want to tell you, baby, I want this, this, and this. I know sometimes people in like relationship blogs and stuff like that say, tell your partner, talk to your partner, tell them what you want. Blah, blah.
Give me a list.
I feel like it's kind of like, what?
I was gonna say, give me a list. But I get your point. Finish what you're saying, but I get your point.
But the point is like, I don't want to tell you what to give me, right? Like, I want it to be a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
Even though, like you, my love language is not gifts. You know, quality time, and is my true love language. So it's also hard for me in that same breath for that not to be my love language, for me to then express like what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. Okay. I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Well, I appreciate you telling me, talking about your anxiety, because I know that's a big deal. And I know people can relate to that, because it is not easy giving people gift, especially someone that you love, right? That you want to impress to a certain degree, because you want them to fall more in love with you, because you're like, oh, this is so sweet. So I know that that's a big deal. And so I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that. And I appreciate, you understanding, or more so not understanding, but talking about it with me, because then it lets me know where you are, and not that you just didn't get me a gift.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, well, we gonna work on that, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not giving you a gift. That's not gonna happen.
No. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Like, you just didn't do shit.
Right.
No, because you have other things going on.
But I think for us, I'm leaning into what I know I need to do better, just in life, and listening to my partner is one of them. We had a very candid conversation before coming online and doing this video. So I feel like we communicate very well, especially when it's something serious, or just like we need to talk and like, let's really get at the root of what it is. And I feel like we have we built our relationship around like being authentic in our communication and keeping it a buck with each other, and knowing that it's not a mean conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, because I know gifts can be stressful for people, for various reasons, but I must say you have made it very easy for me to, when something like this needs to come up, for me to, know what I need to do, because you don't require much.
I really don't.
Thank you for tuning in to another installments of the JayElle Journey. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe to the YouTube page. Reach out to us on Instagram at the JayElle Journey. Email us questions, comments. We love to hear from you about what kind of gifts y'all giving. Email address is thejayellejourney@gmail.com. We love to hear from you.
Thank y'all for rolling with us on the journey today. We'll see y'all next time.